You know, one of the most common questions that I get as a flow state coach is like, hey, I have brain fog. Like, how do I get rid of my brain fog? Okay. First of all, I ask you the one question. How do you know that you have it? Keep watching.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today we're talking about brain fog, okay? Now, a couple of days ago, as I told you in the live stream yesterday, I took this quiz, and you can take it as well, I could link it below, about which is your weakest chakra, or your energy center, okay? This is very important to know if you are going to kind of have a ripple effect, change your entire beingness, your mind, body, spirit, right? That it's kind of the invisible thread that you aren't seeing. And once you focus on the weakest one, it helps all the other ones, because the other ones might be running fine for you, but there is that one that's just preventing you from your flow state, okay? So for me, it was the solar plexus. All of yesterday, I did visualizations into my solar plexus. I imagined there was a white beam of light out of my solar plexus. I listened to binaural entrainment, solar plexus sound files. And throughout the day, I noticed I was on it. My mind was sharp. There was no brain fogginess, okay? Now, of course, we live in a very attention-based society, okay? The attention is the greatest currency right now. So people are running ads trying to constantly get your attention. If you watch the ad, guess what? They get paid. We know that we live in an ADHD culture. We don't even have to be ADHD. The culture will make us that because of the overstimulation. Are you overstimulated? Which means, are you just consuming and consuming and consuming without creating? So the first law, the first principle I want to give you is create more than you consume. If you can follow this simple law, you notice your brain fog cut down to half. Okay? Because the brain fog comes from overconsumption, overstimulation. There's too many things in your brain. You procrastinated so many things that your subconscious mind now has to worry about those things, right? They're sitting on the sidelines in a sense. They're not playing the game. Right? You have all these players on the bench and they're all worried. They're like, when is it my time to go, right? They're all waiting at the bench and you're like, you procrastinated so much, and that's why you're getting this brain foggy feeling. The question I ask is, how do you know you have brain fog? Do you feel tired? Well, maybe you're just tired. Maybe don't give it a label, like brain fog, right? Do you feel like a congestion in your head? Do you feel a sense of like a lack of alertness, right? Do you feel like, okay, if a ninja came into your room right now, would you just kind of be like slow to react, or would you be like boom? This kind of alertness is really important to have when you're tapped into the flow state. You recognize this ability to have this quick reflexes. I have lots of tools around my space that I use to have quick reflexes. One of the things that I use is, let me see if it's laying around somewhere. Here we go. One example. Okay. A massage ball. This is very difficult to do actually. So this is how you practice your reflexes. You want to throw it and catch it midway. So throw it up and then like that. This might seem like a subtle exercise, but it's actually really incredible for your brain fog. Other thing is aerobic exercise, right? Somewhere in between walking and like training, right? That's kind of the bridge that you want to do to get rid of that brain fog. Early in the morning is going to be way better than you working out at night, okay? Because there's a lot of endorphins. The brain, imagine like the brain is like waking up, right? It's waking up and it's firing off these neurochemicals in the morning, right? So if you work out during that time, guess what? Those neurochemicals, which are being produced in the brain, mind you, are then going into the body, okay? So there's a very powerful thing about working out right directly in the morning as soon as you wake up, right? There's just a power to that. There's an energy to that. So I highly recommend that you have at least one exercise practice that's just right in the morning. I remember when I was taking a lot of apple cider vinegar shots right in the morning. I don't do that as much anymore, but I'm definitely going to start doing it again because my brain fog cut down immediately. I didn't even need coffee certain days, right? And again, you might not like the taste or whatever, like, again, a cold shower in the morning, apple cider vinegar in the morning, working out, right? Doing maybe some jumping jacks, some push-ups, something like this, right? So get your blood flowing, a release phase of the flow cycle, right? Get into an alpha wave, in a sense. I don't think people stress this enough, actually, the importance of meditation and breath work, okay? There's a lot of breath work that helps with mental clarity, okay? I have a flow breath work. If you go to my website, flowzoneacademy.com, you put in your email address, and I will send you over that breath work, okay? It's really easy to do, really easy to follow along, and it's very intense, okay? Because it's going to release a lot of the pent-up trauma that's kind of stored in the body. So again, proceed with caution. This is not for the faint-hearted, okay? This is for people who are really serious about their acceleration and their transformation, okay? What kind of meditation is good? Listening to gamma waves while you meditate, okay? Listening to gamma waves as you meditate. First of all, it's what advanced meditators reach through their meditations, or advanced channelers, you could even say. Not a lot of us have access to gamma waves, right? Those are like the eureka moments, the moments that kind of conjoin everything in the mind where you go, whoa, this all makes sense to me, right? So the more you entrain your brain to go into a gamma wave state, it is going to optimize that waking consciousness of yours to actually go into that heightened brainwave pattern. Now, it's not really ideal to stay there because it is heightened, right? So if you're in a high gamma wave, you're going to have to rest as well. So this is the way I want you to think about it. Make it very binary for you. Rest full out, work full out. I posted about this today. Rest full out, but then work full out. You don't want to half-ass it. You don't want to be a dabbler in between, wishy-washy with your rituals and whatever you're doing. Like if you're half responding to text messages or you're half doing something, you can't be half a gangster, as Tyler Durden says. There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, as Mobb Deep says, right? So in a sense, you want to understand that you got to put your all into this, right? When you're working out, put your all into it, right? But then also reserve a little bit of energy. Like you want to give it your 70% in a sense when you're working out, and give yourself that 30% glow, okay? Yes, if you're doing something with your PR, you're trying to hit your best, that's a different storyline. But if you're working primarily on your flow and your maintenance and the intervals, right? You're going to have to understand that there is a different structure in place here, okay? You're going to have to get used to the tension in your body and releasing that tension. A lot of people don't focus on that part of releasing the tension that's stored within the body. A lot of you guys aren't getting massages, man. Get massages, right? Massages release a lot of pent-up tension in the body. And again, that blood is flowing through the body, right? The lymphatic system, the hormones, everything is being supported, right? Doing some body work or somatic therapy or physical therapy. You know that when you do a lot of this stuff, right, that your body starts to work again and you start seeing incredible results, right? So again, just stretching can help you with brain fog. Honestly, just stretching or yoga can help with brain fog. Today's generation, you're drinking lots of alcohol, you're smoking lots of weed, you know, you're getting yourself into a brain foggy state already. You're trying to get yourself, you know, that buzz in a sense. But what if you can get that buzz from just being alive and your vitality and through your own body? Like, wouldn't that be cool? You could just get high off life. And that's what you can access when you have that mastery over the flow state, when you have an ability to step into that, right? But it takes a little bit of dedication, a bit of commitment. That's why doing it alone is kind of tough. Doing it with a coach like myself or anybody else, like finding yourself a coach and finding yourself that accountability that you're showing up, you know, you're doing it, you're rewiring the pattern, right? Hebb's law, neurons that fire together, wired together. So you're doing that, and you're crystallizing a certain strategy for yourself, man. That's going to be optimal for your brain fogginess, okay? So that's what I have for you. Again, don't give it a label like brain fog. Just try and understand, like, what is it that you're actually feeling, and what are ways to go around this thing. Okay, stop getting into old patterns. It's like watching a rerun of an old movie over and over again, where it's an outdated system, that anxiety or whatever you're facing. It's like it's an old storyline. Let's imprint a new storyline for you. Let's get you solid in the flow state, right? Let's get you like super amped and pumped up so that you can accomplish what you've set out to accomplish. End of story. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Hit that subscribe button.